Yeah. Deleted scene for the director's cut. Subs only content. It's great. Anyway, the server's back up again.
For the Patreon subscribers to Grimith's, I don't know, whatever, campaign.
It's for all those hitbox subscribers. Let's see, I was back up to 14 health. Yeah, shit, this is old token.
Ah, shit, this was old token.
Yeah. The convention. Any changes that were made, like dropping a new token onto the map?
Well, Tony actually has token fixed.
There you go.
Although Potman still has the...
I think you had like 11 health, Ryan?
I had 12 and
like
I just
21.
healed 2, so...
Okay, 14.
And Essence would be back up to max by now since we've been driving a while.
I think you took, how much damage was it? 18?
He took 16 damage.
16, there we go. 16.
He took 16 and
I
Potman
took 16.
Like,
I took 16 from 25 to 9, and I got healed for
Hey, let's
3.
see,
I
I
was talking to Aaron. Like, you took like less damage than that.
Aaron took 18.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Minus 18.
Plus 3 or plus
So
2.
I was down to 16.
And then you healed 2.
Okay, so I'm at 18.
And she healed you by 3.
And she
Yes.
healed me by 3, so I'm at 21, like I said.
There you go. As you said. As you know, Aaron actually does edit his character sheet during session, so I figured he'd actually have a number there.
Yeah.
Essence points don't matter too much since you guys are on the road traveling anyway. Alright, Big Map. Why don't you come back in from fucking Summer Meadow so you can break my world again?
World broke.
Does Granny have any visibility set to her?
Well, obviously those people are still there, Ryan, because the server just restarted. Shut the fuck up.
Well, that's not good.
I will not attempt to help you figure anything out then.
Don't you?
I would
You're bad.
assume Granny can see everything at all times.
With those Hubble telescope glasses, I imagine so.
Yes.
And literally everything. She's seeing other dimensions.
That'll be fine.
We were down around
She can see
Sunbury.
forever.
She can see forever, yes.
She could also understand it, and that's the terrifying part.
Here you go. You folks have just managed to circumvent, like, basically like 70, 80 minutes time, like, around Sunbury, doing some crazy Dukes of Hazzard shit.
Yeah?
Last time we did this, they sent helicopters.
Without too much damage dealt to the car. Instead of blood, it's covered in mud, basically.
Yep.
That's all awesome. Shut up, Ryan!
Shut up, nurse! I know what I'm doing.
I'm a doctor!
Dr. Ramirez.
Oh my god, that'd be terrifying.
I guess we keep going south until we either hit a gas station or run out of money, or run out of fuel.
Run out of money.
Yes, I was gonna say money, but I realized that cash is no longer an option.
It's an option, just not one we're going to use.
God damn it, car, get off him. Bang.
Every single time, Tony's just like, I gotta get under that.
I have a similar problem.
Similar problem. Tell me more.
Oh.
Well,
There
it's
we
kind
go.
of the reason we're heading south.
Yes, everything's fixed. Okay. Folks managed to covertly, and with some measure of secrecy and stealth, quietly circumnavigate the military checkpoint. Thus get yourself past Sunbury, and continue your way on down south, which still does have quite a bit of traffic pile-up. Cars heading in all sorts of directions.
Hmm.
Oh boy.
The telescopic lenses of a granny know all, they see all.
We brought binoculars.
Yes, you have. Such it ends up getting to this point as you're approaching closer to Harrisburg that the traffic pileup of the cars is getting worse And there is another military checkpoint off in the distance as well. Again, roughly another mile from where you are.
I want to say that worked really well last time, so let's do that again.
Really wish we knew what they were doing at those checkpoints.
Me too, but
I think maybe I don't want to actually know.
I mean, you're more than welcome to get, that vehicle in line and, but once other cars start backing up behind you, there's no escape.
Just hop out and run again.
yeah, I don't want to run ever
They
again.
totally wouldn't notice that.
I don't think running is ever something Tony ever wants to do again.
Ever.
But there's definitely a
Potman likes to
strong
run.
military presence, and up in the air you can see 2 helicopters flying around the region. And they're actually fairly low, too. Like, they're sweeping over to check out the freeway. The highway.
So you want me to go around it?
Yeah, it's probably the best idea.
Okay.
No, we're going to ford the checkpoint.
Forward the checkpoint.
We're gonna try to do what we did last time and navigate through the back ways and byways.
Because fording things has never gone badly for us.
Okay.
I don't know what. Oh, the helicopter noticed us. Damn it.
Don't mind rolls being made out in the open like that. They don't mean anything. Continue.
Okay.
Once again, Trusty Tony, backs this bitch up and turns it around. And heads off an off-ramp.
Yep.
And sure enough, one of the helicopters breaks its sweeping pattern of the freeway. And actually starts heading off in your direction as you head off the freeway.
You want me
Surely
to?
it's a coincidence.
Surely it's a coincidence. You want me to lose him?
Just looks at you kind of incredulously. Not even sure I want you driving most of the time. How are you going to lose them? It's a helicopter.
Well,
Have you seen the Dukes of Hazzard?
certainly Trusty Tony, before he tries his crazy driving acrobatic shit, can use his perception. He'll spot some great things, like overpasses or other obstacles. So perception plus driving. Like, I can lose him in that!
I can lose him in that thing.
Oh, yeah, definitely, absolutely. He
There's
sees
a barn I can drive through over there.
enough possibilities that would give him a +3 to his dexterity plus driving, even though he's going to go off-roading.
Guess it's worth a try.
We're gonna do this.
That is 4 levels of success. Jordan, describe.
Yes.
Paint us a
Since
picture.
we're going off-road at this point, it's like, okay, this is gonna sound weird, but I'm gonna drive through this field, through that barn. You might not see it, but there's a hay boy, there's a hay bat, whatever. There's a thing that I can use, and there's a thing that I'm going to drive up behind, and it's going to mask my presence from it. Then I'm gonna back through the barn and drive back through the field, meeting up this road, taking a left, down the road, through this hidden alleyway, which no one noticed, through the tree line, and it's gonna work. Trust me. And he just does it.
Well, he's in the middle of doing it. And all of the leaves and clouds of dirt and smoke that are thrown up as Trusty Tony tries his crazy shit definitely deals more damage to the vehicle. I'll end up determining how much that is in a bit. But those crazy maneuvers and the 4 successes, yeah, fucking helicopter loses track. And sort of as you end up darting behind one obstacle and, end up lurking there for a bit. Maybe like 10, 15 minutes, and then slowly driving out. The helicopter's broken away, and it's headed back towards the 4-lane highway.
For no apparent reason, it spins out and explodes.
No.
It's a helicopter.
You definitely heard the thrumming of the blades as it was searching for you, but Trusty Tony, despite leaving this massive trail behind him, you would think which would easily lead to the vehicle, no, it's all confusing and discombobulating. He couldn't the helicopter pilot couldn't possibly follow that. The spotter, who cares? Maybe they don't care that much. Now, as for damage, let's end up seeing here as he ends up doing all this crazy sort of shit. I should probably actually have you use the handling of the vehicle is not actually that bad either. Your dexterity is actually the lower number of the two. Right. The handling of it's 4, and you have to use the lower of the two when you're making this great sort of crazy shit. How much damage you end up taking their vehicle? Let's roll a number to find out.
It has feelings. Oh my god.
Okay. It has 45, basically, life points. So 16 is not that bad.
Ugh. It's not bad, but it's painful.
And
I know what 16 damage feels like. I mean, from experience.
There was him driving over that concrete barrier earlier. Okay, yeah, it's fine.
Steering's a little loose.
Yeah, steering's a little loose, but the car's still functional.
Suspension could use a little work.
Yeah, it's definitely has seen better days, but it's seen worse days.
Yeah.
The only way to keep it straight is to keep the wheel pegged to the right.
And magically, Trusty Tony, as I noted, has managed to lose the helicopter.
Now we're going to do the same thing we did before and use the byways and use the byways, sideways, and back streets of whatever burg we're in to get around the thing.
Sure, you can end up
The back streets of Whateverburg.
And you might want to end up doing that too, since you might not. Maybe you do. You might not want to actually get too far into the city limits of Harrisburg, not knowing how it's going to look.
Yeah, I just want to get around the military checkpoint.
Sure. There's no need for a further roll of that. Trusty Tony has a great handle for this vehicle. He knows what he's doing. The machine has come to life under his supple touch.
Yes.
It's earned his trusty seal of approval.
Yes. And basically leaving you with
The car has tamed him and been tamed in return.
So it's starting to get dark now. Maybe 7:30, approaching 8. As Trusty Tony finally ends up making it around Harrisburg. It's fairly large, and a lot of traffic, a lot of people. Also trying to make sure that no other military thing spots the roughed-up vehicle that Trusty Tony is now currently driving. And you folks are left with your choice, your option that you ended up debating between when you got further on down here.
Okay. Make a decision. 83, 81, or the Gettysburg Road.
The vehicle you're currently driving has a quarter of tank left in gas.
Let's see where Hagerstown actually is.
Road Atlas. That's right. Oh. Fletch, check the map in the glove compartment.
It looks like we need to take 81. So you were much closer to its actual spot than I thought I was. Which is strange. I don't remember going that far.
Unfortunately, you do not have photographic memory.
I do not, as much as I wish I did.
So I guess we're gonna take 81. Maybe if there's not a military checkpoint around Carlisle.
It looks like 81 will actually go right through the outskirts of Haggers.
So we'll take 81 towards Carlisle. Maybe stop there for the night if there's no military presence. Get some gas.
Okay.
Worst case scenario is we run out of gas and then we just take another car.
Well, you don't even make it to Carlisle as you're driving on basically 76 to hook up with 81. And it's pretty evident now, as you're around the area, that there is a very strong military presence concentrated around here. Just examining over any sort of possible flat areas, the amount of vehicles they've pulled in, that the military is planning a major operation just by the sheer numbers of things they have here.
It's kind of a biggish town in this area.
Harrisburg is the capital of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it's kind of biggish. I mean,
it's this third largest, probably the third largest city in Pennsylvania.
Like I said, it's a pretty big town.
Yeah, with the combination of perhaps National Guard as well as the United States Army itself, there are quite a number of vehicles that have basically just piled up on the outskirts of the city, along with actual helicopters as well that have basically makeshift parked in parking lots and what have you.
From the previous few military places we've kind of headed towards, did we notice if they were blocking traffic in the opposing directions, or?
It did not appear as if they were blocking traffic heading like if you were heading towards the infected sites.
So because Harrisburg being the capital, they might just be trying to protect the government stuff there.
So, and in the case of Harrisburg, like, most of their focus was actually on incoming traffic, with basically, like, the only blocking being done on the other road was just to prevent anyone from trying to sneak around to get into Harrisburg.
Because now don't quote me on this later when it all goes to hell, but it seems like they're trying to protect the government people there.
So just being on the other side of Harrisburg, we should be okay-ish?
We might be okay driving out.
Okay.
Just, we gotta obscure our faces a little bit. Then again, I don't think they'll recognize everything that's happened to Tony.
All right. Well, there is still moderate traffic heading away from Harrisburg. But as it turns out, and you do end up approaching like a military checkpoint shortly after, like seeing all of these vehicles and copters and basically military personnel milling about. But there is not much focus on outgoing traffic from here. And so you're not directly stopped, but you see all the sorts of vehicles that are piled up. They're basically getting stopped and checked with dogs, and basically everyone's being made to step out of the vehicle, and they're being made to strip their clothes as well.
That's for outgoing as well as incoming?
That's just for incoming.
Okay.
Outgoing, it's just slowed to get through because there's so many vehicles, but they're not carrying so much.
Yeah, they're just gonna
Go into Potman, put the weed away for a while. We don't want the military to have any reason to stop us.
tie us to the goddamn gyroscopes again.
Yeah, because there totally aren't worse reasons for them to stop us in the car.
Any reason right now.
Do we make it through?
Sure. You manage to make it through without too much incident. And it is as you are basically driving off again that, heading down the 4-lane freeway, manage to get a nice bit of space cleared between you and other cars that... as another helicopter blade, basically from a helicopter, veers off from, like, swarming around the checkpoint. And actually ends up heading off in your direction as you're driving.
As we went through the checkpoint, like the last one before you broke free, like some soldier standing there or something totally give him like a mock salute.
If you want to
start laughing as we drive off.
Perhaps that's what happened, or at least that's how Fletch in his injured state imagines it.
He's really just like, somebody slipped him, drowned me, and he's just like hunched over, drooling on himself in the corner.
Well done.
I mean, to be fair, he did totally just kill a guy in front of us earlier.
He had it coming.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, that's the first guy that we've ever
but that's actually
killed in
a
this
people
campaign.
death, too. I was going to ask that later.
I mean, he's really just
he didn't
lucky
do the
that
actual
guy
kill.
shoot first.
Yeah. The guy did shoot first. He shot at Eugene.
Was kind of going to shoot first myself.
You were
I find
considering
it fine because he shot first. He had it coming because of that.
He's coming right for us.
As Trusty Tony just opens the fence. Yeah.
Yeah. Gunshots right behind me. Yeah.
Whatever. I'm too stupid to care.
They could be shooting at me.
Would you like to buy a car, sir? I
He's
hate
got
you!
balls of steel.
Wow. A mind of steel. So, helicopter's broken off. It's coming off in your direction as you're driving away from the checkpoint. Car traffic is actually cleared around you folks. You got a good amount of space to maneuver. What would Trusty Tony behind the wheel of this, seen better days vehicle like to do or accomplish? actually now getting yourself onto the interstate. Actually.
Well, let's try that again.
Excuse me.
This can it's only worked 3 times. It can't possibly fail the third
Well,
time.
Trusty Tony would know that he's going to have a very difficult time hiding from a helicopter while he's on an interstate.
Yeah.
Tony's ego is too big to fail.
Let's.
But when it did fail, it just imploded.
Guys, what do we do? Do we just keep driving until we take off the first off ramp, or just try to keep us within the big pack of traffic? And
Don't we need
fucking
gas?
How are we doing on gas?
Not very good.
1/4.
We could probably make it maybe to the border, but that would be.
The border.
The border.
I'm talking
Shooting
about
for Canada.
You guys
Times
didn't know we've been
changed.
driving north this entire time.
Shit.
Wait,
That's fucking
Or
screwed.
are you just... Oh, shit, right?
wait, shit. We mean we have.
We're actually up here.
Fletch, lifts the grenade launcher at you, put that down, you can't blow me up. Along with everyone else in the vehicle.
Look around and we notice the Moody's gas station is right there.
We're in Summer Meadow this entire time.
Yeah, you never left.
Okay. I'll just keep driving.
Okay.
How about that? Just not driving crazily or anything. Just driving like normal.
Okay. As noted before, there seems to have been a magical pocket which has formed around you guys, like a bubble, in which all other traffic appears to have just slowly separated or broken off. And that process continues as Trusty Tony cruises along. The helicopter, for all intents and purposes, is picking up speed, and it is heading in your direction.
How high is this helicopter?
It's fairly low, like it's trying to do a good job of spotting. It's probably 100 yards off the off.
Hmm.
And it's actually dipping down to go lower, like in the 70-80 range.
Well, we'll just keep driving.
Okay.
I can probably work with that.
Minute passes by. It is definitely, approaching very quickly, flying faster than you. It's lowering itself down as it's drawing closer. Now it's maybe 100 yards behind you and 40 yards in the air.
Shit, Pythagoras.
Pythagoras. Okay, guys. Do I stay on the interstate or do I drive off?
You got twitchy Trusty Tony there. He's ready to go.
You sure do.
I should probably just floor it, right? Right?
Trusty Tony going to be frozen in indecision, or is he going to come up with something?
Let's see what this puppy can do.
Oh god.
Trusty Tony floors it?
Probably not flooring
Okay,
it because
wait. What type of helicopter are we talking?
Is Fletch familiar with helicopters?
He's familiar with movies.
let's say the type of let's say
Well,
he
Does
is.
this look like an attack helicopter or
Well,
like something?
Well, it's hard to see given its angle and proximity, since it basically is warming itself so that it's right behind you, so in a blind spot.
Oh, little wings covered in rocket launchers.
It's possible that it could be carrying some ordnance. You wouldn't be surprised at this point, right?
Not really. But I can wish and hope and dream.
Okay.
Do what Tony does.
Tony floors it, or no, he doesn't floor it. He speeds up. He speeds up and goes faster.
All right, Trusty Tony speeds up, trying to outrun the helicopter.
Yeah.
This is something that can happen.
And then there is a loud shrieking sound as something is emitted from the helicopter and ends up sailing right for the road.
Oh, Christ.
I want Trusty Tony here. He's very skilled at driving. He's got some room to maneuver. Dexterity plus drive -4.
Nope.
Okay, well, the good news is that the explosive ordnance does not directly hit the vehicle. Ends up
Well, that's
hitting
the good news.
ends up hitting behind the vehicle. That is that the shockwave of that ends up sending the car into the air.
I said seatbelt.
So how many?
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus can't help you now.
Right.
You're in a flipping vehicle in the air.
Quick, everyone shift your weight. Trusty Tony, make another drive, but plus dexterity -4. You can do this.
We're gonna
Really?
speed this shit.
Yes.
I hate
Does fast
you so
reaction
much
help
right
this at
now.
all?
Sure, we'll say that gives a +1.
Okay,
Okay.
that's a 9.
Yes, with a 9, which is just enough for a basic success. The car does not land, basically, with its top. The good news is that Trusty Tony has enough control to determine what side of the car.
A basic success. You're basically not dead.
That's right. So, what side of the car does it land on when it hits the ground? Does it land on your side? Well, with Eugene's, does it land on Fletcher's side with Kat's?
It lands on Trusty Tony's side.
All right. Shockwave of the sudden bludgeoning, and as the vehicle is bounced up and then is sort of spinning in the air, Trusty's like, come on, ah, shit! Landing down. With that sort of shockwave and damage, it's not too bad. You were prepared for it. Braced yourselves. This damage is for Trusty Tony, and this damage is for Potman.
God, you get the shit into that stick.
Me.
Oh, God. Are you
And
even alive?
The car is
Yeah, he has 5 hit points left.
The car is currently propped up on its side, so that the doors for Kat and Fletch are up in the air, and the doors for Trusty Tony and Potman are down on the ground. Impossible to move.
Can I see the helicopter?
Oh yeah.
How close is it?
It's actually picking back up into the air, after landing that shot. Close enough.
Don't move. Maybe it'll think we're dead.
Maybe we are dead.
That would make everything a
Not
lot
yet,
easier.
Eugene. Not yet.
There's also a decided injury now dealt to the road. So it's going to be very difficult for anyone who wants to leave from Harrisburg going to Carlisle, or to travel on that particular portion of the interstate.
Oh, cool. We've made our mark on the world.
Yep.
What do you folks want to do? You want to stay in the vehicle?
Well, I want to stay in here until the helicopter leaves.
Right. It would be hard for you to get out anyway, unless you want to try to kick in the windshield or bulldoze through Fletch.
How's the kitten?
What else we
Kitten's very confused, sort of gripping on, just trying to remain upright.
Fucking kitten. I will pick it up.
Okay. As it turns out, perhaps miraculously so, the helicopter does not approach any closer. It swerves up into the air and then heads back to the checkpoint.
You call that miraculous. I call it was within short range of the grenade launcher.
I'm going to fire this weapon that I don't have any proficiency in while currently located inside a car.
Okay.
Isn't
Fletch.
that the B thing to do?
Fletch,
One-handed out the window.
Fletch, get out.
Landed inside the middle of the helicopter, just blows up.
Yeah, Fletch
Fletch,
will
if you don't move, I'm going to use that cat to tear off your face.
roll
What?
down the window, I assume, because if there's a window. Anyway, he
Yes.
gets out.
Okay.
He'll
sure.
start help pulling other people out.
So it turns out any sort of traffic that was threatening to follow behind you guys is not. They haven't moved. kind of a
What?
hole
They've
there.
never seen a missile blow up a road before?
That's not really on the highlight of people's, you know.
Okay. On a scale from 1 to fucked up, how fucked up is the car?
Car ain't going anywhere.
Okay.
Would you like to make that mechanics check?
Like, it did not take a direct hit, but it's currently on its side, and, you know, they might notice if that car that was just fucked up suddenly just went back onto its tires and then moved, even if it
It's okay.
Never should have saluted that soldier.
It's okay. Well,